Hey, community. This is Paul from Salt Lake City, Utah. We just had a pretty crappy event tonight for a whole lot of reasons, but it's our second to last. We are almost finished. We head to Vegas tomorrow. I think that's about a 6.5 hour drive that I hear is quite crazy through the mountains. But and then we have our last event in Vegas on Friday. Um, wow, what a journey! And I do think my body and my emotional system are all kind of saying, okay, this is about as long as it needs to go. And I think more than anything, just living out of the suitcase has been the hardest part, and just having to pack up the suitcase every other day and go to the next place. So um, I'll be happy when that's over. But I've just been thinking a lot about kind of what I've learned out here and how I see this fitting into my purpose. And I just am so inspired by, the work Rocky and the 1946 movie crew is doing, and all the people who are helping on this trip with us. And we all kind of still love each other, which is kind of amazing. There really haven't been hardly any blow-ups at each other at all. Um, I'm just really inspired by that. And, having 14 events now where inevitably some person will come up, usually a younger person, and just say, wow, to have a pastor who's willing to express themselves and be authentic and tell me I'm okay means so much. Two young people in Walmart stopped me the other day, and they're like, "Oh, we just love your vibe and thank you." Gave me hugs, and just lets me know that the journey I'm walking and the message I'm sharing is so needed in this time. And then when I think about, yeah, I'm sorry, my hair's bugging me because I can see myself, but I'm kind of liking it. It's getting pretty long and crazy. Um, when I think about my message of my presentation about Christian nationalism being built around, there's a bunch of good people who are voting against really their own interests, but definitely against the well-being of any queer friend or ally in their life, and probably many they don't know. And they're voting to put those people they love in danger. And my point of my presentation is, and they'll say, but the Bible, ... But the Bible says I have to vote this way, or I can't love that person, and I just love the idea of putting together a ministry, if I can use that term. That probably was where I started in all this, but I've been on my therapy journey and all of that kind of interrupted it all. TikTok has interrupted it all by not showing my videos to anybody anymore. And it kind of makes me sad/angry that it's really hard to put together the finances to do this work. I feel it's so important. I think I'm really good at it, yet America makes it almost impossible to live doing this. And, I met Dan McClellan today, and if you don't follow McClellan, McLellen, he's doing pretty well, but he hit big and got millions of followers, and so I wish that would happen for me, but it hasn't. And so I'm just in a little bit of a place of like, how do I do this and make it work financially for my family, make it work so I can have the finances I need to live out the rest of my life and do the things I need to do in my journey. And that's just been really hard. And so I'm sorry to be whining. I think the upshot of that is I'm really proud of what I've shared. I'm really proud of my work. I just finished up a fellowship in community journalism. I talked a little bit to the benefactors of that, and I would love to do more in the area of helping the next two generations really figure out what does shared information of a community look like going forward. And I would love to teach around being capable of filtering information in our society, helping people to know what is real and what is disinformation. And I just think all of that is so important. I'm also planning to go get my master's in therapy starting in the spring. Just to find a career path to be able to financially take care of my needs going forward and our family's needs. So it's just going to be crazy. And I'm teaching a journalism class at Fresno City College in the spring, if they'll have me back again. So I'm just processing with you. I would love to be able to write a book about my DID journey. I would love a whole lot of things. And I just think our American system makes it hard to live and survive in some of these spaces. But enough whining. I really am looking forward to getting home, and I've said this before, and I'm learning how much my ADHD and DID impact me on a daily basis, but I really do need to build a routine where I can get my content out regularly, pub it well, monetize it, and do all those things. Anyway, love you listening, love you letting me process. A couple of other notes. Wow, Colorado is beautiful. I mean, I've been there before, but just driving through the state, amazing. On the other hand, and I'm so sorry about this, Kansas, but once you kind of get outside that Kansas City area of Kansas and eastern Kansas, western Kansas is a long haul with not a lot to see. It took us a long time to get through Kansas, but Colorado is amazing and beautiful. It was interesting to do the event in the home of James Dobson, who I think has done so much harm to young people who are not so young anymore. But what a beautiful place. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Salt Lake City it's an interesting place. It's a cool city, but it feels like there's not much going on here. I mean, there's a lot of building and stuff. I shouldn't say that, but you go to some places and it just feels bustling, and so don't feel that a lot in Salt Lake City, and I assume that's some of the religious pressure on the city. So we'll go from here to Vegas, which I guess is kind of just the opposite. And we're not only going to have our last event there, we're going to celebrate what we've done on this trip before I fly home. Tomorrow will be my last long drive of the journey. I'm not sure how long it is. I checked at the beginning, 5,860 miles total in the drive. So we have our last leg of that to go tomorrow. Okay, I'll let you go. I'm sorry to go on and on, but this is kind of what I thought these regular updates would be. And so I hope they've been interesting, and love all of you who have followed and shared and loved and encouraged, given money to help. You're all amazing. So what if you're asking like what you can do to help, I may put out another video tomorrow, but always, make a point to go to my pages on whatever platform you go to most: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, set up the notifications on YouTube so you get a notification when I put new content there, and just go turn it on and watch it as much as you can, or just turn it on and walk out of the room and make YouTube see that, let it hit the algorithm that, oh, people like this content, they're watching it deep into the content. Follow Ashley and me on Evangelicalish. Recommend my content to others, like, share, comment, all of those things. And if you can, subscribe to the website and be a patron, pastor-paul.com. We take anywhere from $5.99 a month to $15.99 a month to more if you're really motivated to help. But okay, I'm done jabbering on. I love you all so much. We'll talk to you soon.